Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're building the ultimate, fast-paced AI survival toolkit for your engineering degree. If you've been following our series on top AI tools for students, this is the bedrock. We're going to take you seamlessly from your initial semester prep right through to acing your technical interviews and finally landing that dream placement. Let's get right into it.
Okay, I want you to imagine something for a second. Something every overwhelmed engineering student has definitely dreamed about during finals week. What if you could actually automate your study guides, literally debug your code on the fly, and simulate a high-pressure technical interview all before your first cup of coffee? Well, you don't have to just dream about it anymore. The tools are actually here, and they are incredibly powerful.
We are moving fast today, so here's the game plan. 1. Ace your semester prep. 2. Level up your coding. 3. Nail the technical interview. 4. Build winning engineering resumes. And 5. Ethical AI for engineers.
All right, Section 1. Ace your semester prep, conquering the grind with NotebookLM and Canva AI. Let's talk about the heavy reading. You know those incredibly dense engineering textbooks, like thermal fluid design? Yeah, Google's NotebookLM is about to completely change your study game.
Just look at this workspace. It is designed for pure focus. You can upload up to 50 documents at a time. We're talking massive course PDFs up to 500,000 words each to create your own highly personalized AI assistant. But here's the absolute best part. Notice that verification feature at the bottom? It anchors the AI's answers directly in your uploaded materials. That is huge for your academic accuracy, because it literally refuses to pull in unverified junk from the wider internet.
And the payoff is instant. The second your class notes or syllabus hit the system, it goes to work. It automatically generates document guides, pulls out the key topics, and even formulates FAQs and practice study questions. It does all that foundational organization for you in seconds, so you can actually spend your time, understanding the material instead of just highlighting it.
From there, it seamlessly builds out your workflow. You've got 4 main pillars here: summary, notes, Q&A, and podcasts. And the transition between these is just so fluid. You can go straight from reading a really dense chapter on thermodynamics to actively querying it. Or, even better, you can generate a customized audio podcast discussion about the text to listen to while you're walking across campus to the lab. How cool is that?
Now here's a massive pro tip from Reddit user green_T-Rex. Actually, it's a total lifesaver. Break your uploads down chapter by chapter. If you just dump a massive 1,000-page fluid dynamics textbook into the system all at once, the AI might hallucinate or miss the granular details. Going chapter by chapter keeps it hyper-focused on exactly what you need for that specific week. You get way better comprehension and highly targeted audio study guides.
Of course, eventually you've got to present what you've learned. If you're using Canva AI's magic design to build your slides, front-loading the context is absolutely everything. Just look at the difference here. A weak prompt is just marketing strategy presentation. Boring, right? But the prompt on the right specifies a 12-slide B2B content marketing strategy for a mid-market HR tech company covering audience segmentation, channel mix, and KPIs for H2 2026. Giving it that level of detail leaves zero room for generic filler, giving you a structured, ready-to-edit deck.
Moving on to Section 2. Level up your coding. Building technical skills with GitHub education. Let's pivot from studying theory to actually building and compiling things. And that brings us to an unbelievable free resource for verified learners, the GitHub Student Developer Pack.
Look, if your older laptop sounds like a jet engine taking off every time you try to run complex engineering software, GitHub Codespaces is an absolute game changer. It lets you code directly in a powerful, cloud-based development environment, meaning you don't need a $3,000 rig to handle heavy compilations anymore. The cloud does all the heavy lifting right from a basic web browser on literally any device.
The sheer value of this pack is kind of mind-blowing. Check out these perks. You get a free GitHub Pro account, unlimited private repos to lock down your projects, and 180 hours of code spaces every single month. Plus, the kicker, you get GitHub Copilot, an AI coding companion that gives you context-aware code suggestions right in your editor. And it's completely free for students. That is a massive toolkit for knocking out those mini projects.
Beyond GitHub, you've got to be strategic with ChatGPT. Instead of just passively looking up leak code answers, which, let's be real, we've all done, use it as a test generator. Tell the AI to act as a senior developer. Submit your code and ask it to critique your logic, your code quality, and your time complexity. It totally flips the dynamic.
It turns ChatGPT from a simple cheat sheet into an active, personalized tutor pushing you to write cleaner code.
All right, Section 3. Nail the technical interview. Real-time mock interviews. Your code is compiling perfectly. Your projects look great. Now it's time to prep for the absolute toughest part of the student journey, the technical placement interview. So here's the play. Use ChatGPT's voice mode to simulate real interview pressure. This workflow trains your verbal communication and technical clarity simultaneously. First, open voice mode. Second, paste a highly specific prompt telling the AI to act as a hiring manager. Third, actually speak your technical answers out loud. The AI will evaluate your responses in real time, catching your stumbles and giving you a readiness verdict before you ever step foot in a real interview room. It is brilliant.
Which brings us to Section 4. Build winning engineering resumes, beating the ATS with AI. You've got the skills, you've done the mock interviews, now you need a resume that actually survives the automated screening software, the ATS.
Take a look at this breakdown of engineering-specific resume builders. A tool like CV Engineer is fantastic because it strips away all that generic business clutter and focuses solely on tech roles, using OpenAI's GPT integration. Or, if you're a civil or mechanical engineer where visual portfolios are a big deal, check out Visual CV down there on the bottom row. It lets you link multimedia and CAD documentation directly into your resume to prove your hands-on experience.
But remember, once you pick a builder, it is all about the content. AI tools are awesome for finding industry keywords, sure, but you absolutely have to anchor them in quantifiable outcomes. Hiring managers don't just want a bulleted list of software you know. They want to see that your optimization reduced manufacturing costs by 15%. Numbers tell the real story of what you can actually do as an engineer.
Finally, Section 5. Ethical AI for engineers, maintaining academic integrity. Let's talk about how all this tech ties into your professional reputation. Because, let's be clear, using AI requires a serious, non-negotiable commitment to academic integrity.
Researchers at Aalborg University make a great point. As next-generation engineers, you have a moral obligation to use these generative tools transparently. They're your starting point, not the final product. The RESPECT framework you see here is basically the gold standard for this. It stands for responsible, ethical, secure, private, accountable, customizable, and transparent. It's a roadmap for exactly how your data and tools should be utilized in a professional setting.
So, the ultimate takeaway from this explainer is this. AI gives you the gift of time. The real question is, what are you going to build with it? Whether you use that extra time to construct an amazing GitHub portfolio, prep for technical interviews, or dive deeper into complex theory, the AI is just the assistant. You are the engineer. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive, and I will see you in the next part of our series.